So by now you probably know that Grant has, either stepped down or left the team with Illuvium. Up until now, we didn't hear a whole lot about it. Someone just pointed out that Grant made this long post in the general channel of the Discord. I know some people are going to miss this, whether you're not in the Discord at all or just not paying attention to the general chat. And I'm just going to go and read through it for the first time right now in case you did miss it. So Grant says, this is around 8 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday night. I really don't know what to say, but okay. The info I provided prior to my resignation in the announcement was absolute dog shit. I'm sorry for that, but unfortunately, without going into detail, I'm dealing with a personal tragedy at the moment that has crushed me and those I love most. Under the circumstances, I agreed to let it be written for me while we cope. I've seen the response and you all deserve to know what's going on and why, so let's dig in. I can't make this quick. I remember in an AMA being asked, what's the thing I was most proud of in my career? The answer was and is the team. Helping to build this team is the greatest thing I could have ever imagined doing, and I devoted every ounce of my soul into ensuring it grew into something special. I watched a group of artists and developers I helped build outdo my life's work, and felt so truly happy about it, and I shared it all with you. But through their passion and genius, I was motivated into a grind that would dwarf all prior burnouts. Ultimately, I ended up unconscious on the floor of my bathroom, sputtering for air. I had become an alcoholic through masking my wrist pain, and I honestly didn't think I'd wake up that night. My friend found me surrounded with Uber Eats bags and empty bottles of whiskey. This is getting deep. 24 hours later, the Illuvium trailer was released. After that, I promised myself I would never let that happen again, and slowly but surely made sure our brilliant team could handle everything without me. I hired more artists and taught them the things only I was doing, and through acknowledging my own weaknesses, I truly believe I succeeded. While I have still worked incredibly hard these past 2 years, my influence significantly lessened, and I have slowly reduced my scope and input. The team knows this. It was no secret to them, but to say things were perfect would be a complete lie. I always justified my decision by stressing how much I did earlier on, but I never expected everyone to agree. As we got closer to release, there was a very clear strain between Kieran and I. I don't think he believed it was fair what I was doing, and maybe he was right. We are fiercely competitive, and there's always so much pressure on us from the community, investors, and our own expectations. But at the end of the day, I was scared shitless of ending up back in the bathroom floor, and I stood by my decision. With open beta imminently looming, arguments were had over this topic, sometimes very heated and unhealthy. If any of you think running a project this big isn't without its major hurdles, you're joking. We all agreed that if things weren't to change, it would be better for me to step down and hire in areas that are far more critical during this phase. Honestly, I hoped that would be after release, but Illuvium doesn't have infinite time or budget. This wouldn't be happening if I wasn't sure the team had this sorted. And for those mentioning damn Paul World, go check out my recent message on the topic. I'm sorry if this still seems like a shock to you. Illuvium has a huge year ahead, and at the end of the day, I'm always open to that Netflix series or movie, but in terms of the game, my work proudly is done. As a community, you all inspired me to give you the joy I had as a kid playing Pokemon. Now I will be collecting Illuvials on day one as a community member, which, ironically, I think is pretty sick. So I don't have too much to comment on myself, but I'm already going to miss Grant being part of the team. It looks like he's not going away. He's still going to be on good terms with the community. He's going to be playing this game himself. If and when we get that Netflix series, maybe he'll be brought back as the person to lead that. I don't think we've seen the last of Grant. I think just his role for the Illuvium game right now, it just came to an end. But it's nice to see him make a post like this in the Discord just to address what happens. There had been a lot of FUD. I know people were worried. People were in my DMs asking me what's going on. At least now we have an answer. Grant had been struggling with some things. It looks like, alcohol played a role. It looks like he got into a much better place, and he was just afraid that he would end up back in that dark, low place. I think this is going to be good for him. I think it's going to be good for Illuvium, and I'm still as bullish and excited as always on this project. So Grant, if you happen to see this, thanks for everything you did. I hope to see you hanging around this game, in the Discord. Maybe we'll get matched up in PvP at some point someday. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.